dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Throughout his life, Benny Massey Sr. worked for his community of Harlan County, and today they honored him at his funeral service. Massey was known for his kind heart and huge smile. His funeral service was full of all the people he touched throughout his life. WYMT's Madison Carmouche attended the service and has more about the legacy Benny Massey Sr. is leaving behind.
Benny Massey Sr. was well known and loved not only in Harlan County, but wherever he went.
The reason I come here today, I told people, I said, Benny went 1,000 places for me. I can go one place for Benny.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Massey died on June 28, 2023, after a life of working for his community, and that same community honored him Saturday.
He's been just a fantastic human being for not only working people, but the poor class. He's always been for the little guy.
United Mine Workers of America filled the service because they say Massey stood with them. It's the least they could do.
I'm a coal miner as well, so we went on strikes together. Even though he was at 37 and I was at 33, when the mine said strike, we struck. And we went and did what we needed to do.
Although Massey will be missed, many say the true gift was getting to know him while he was here.
The best way to describe Benny and George is he was Christ-like. He looked at the life of Christ and what he did while he was in this earth, what the Bible tells us to do. If you were poor, you had a friend, and then
Massey touched so many people that the walls of Greater Mount Sinai Baptist Church could barely hold them all.
Benny was just a jewel. He was just a jewel.
In Harlan County, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
While the funeral service for Massey was held in Lynch, Kentucky at his home church, his body will be buried in Virginia later this month. Guests had the chance to say their final goodbyes in the community he loved and worked to better. Kentucky State Police Sergeant Jared Boggs was also laid to rest today at a service in Harlan County. Sergeant Jared Boggs died July 3rd after suffering from a brief illness. He served nearly 20 years for KSP Post 10, covering Bell, Harlan, and Knox counties. His service was held at Harlan High School, where hundreds of people shared their love and support for Boggs. His wife, Angie Boggs, said Jared was loved by everybody.
Jared was loyal. He was a family man. He loved his son more than anything. He loved Harlan County. He loved his KSP family. He coached Zach in baseball and basketball and football. He was involved with everything in the community.
Angie says it's heartwarming to see the amount of love from people that came from across the state. Tonight at 11, we'll find out more about the legacy he leaves behind and how the community hopes to continue to honor him. The Louisville grandmother accused of her grandchild's death in a hit and run was arrested yesterday. Back on June 16th, officers with the Jeffersonville Police Department were investigating a hit and run involving a toddler at a Motel 6. The toddler, later identified as 1-year-old Eleanor Campbell, was taken to Norton's Child Care Children's Hospital, where she later died from her injuries. Detectives found 51-year-old Lisa Tesh and arrested her yesterday, July 7th. Monticello man was arrested after he gave moonshine to someone who was underage at the Wayne County Fair. 45-year-old Michael Hanna reportedly gave a 17-year-old moonshine late Friday night. Officers were told by the child's mother that her son was given moonshine in a Powerade bottle. Officials say they spoke to the boy and released him to his mother. Hanna was arrested for unlawful transaction with a minor and public intoxication. An inmate in eastern Kentucky walked away from a satellite camp in Ashland Friday afternoon. Officials say Emmanuel Cervantes is described as a 31-year-old with black hair and brown eyes. He's about 5'6" and weighs 165 pounds. An investigation is underway. Anyone with information is asked to call. There's his photo. Asked to call the Marshal Service or your local 911 agency.
Well, you're watching out for scattered showers and storms across the mountains as we kick off your weekend, and more are possible as we go into tonight and also as we go into your Sunday as well. Here's a look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler. Heavier showers now pushing off to the south, but we are still watching out for a few lighter showers over portions of Wise County, not too far away from Norton. Also portions of Harlan County into Perry and Leslie counties as well. A few lighter showers are possible into this evening. Some heavier showers pushing into Campbell County and Claiborne County in Tennessee, but notice more showers and storms are off to the north and west as a cold front continues pushing in our region. So more showers and storms are possible as we go into tonight and also as we go into your Sunday as well. Those temperatures are cooler thanks to cloud cover, also rainfall, upper 70s and lower 70s for some of us, also some 80s in some locations as well. As we go into this evening, you may need that First Alert weather app as more showers and storms are possible. Not going to rain everywhere, not going to rain all evening, but a few are going to be possible, and more showers are possible on Sunday as well. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Keaton.
Thank you, Cameron. Yesterday was a historic day, decades in the making. The Bluegrass Army Depot destroyed the last remaining declared chemical weapons in the world. The destruction is historic not only for Kentucky, but for the entire country. Samantha Valentino is speaking with some of the folks who helped make history.
The Bluegrass Army Depot reached a historic milestone Friday, destroying the final agent in its chemical weapons stockpile.
It takes a village, is what they say. I think we took a commonwealth to get it done.
The 1997 Chemical Weapons Convention Treaty set the stage for the destruction. It called for the elimination of the entire chemical category of weapons of mass destruction. As of June, the stockpile here in Madison County was the last remaining declared chemical weapons in the world. The stockpile originally comprised of over 520 tons of nerve agents, GB and VX, and mustard agents in projectiles, warheads, and rockets.
There were over 100,000 weapons here. I think the most projectiles are challenging, but the rockets are really the hard part. And in particular, the GB rockets, there were over 50,000 of those.
They'd been stored in Kentucky since the 1940s.
The Army came to town in 1984 and announced that the community has chemical weapons stored in them. They were going to incinerate them. Does anybody have any questions?
Craig Williams was one of many people with questions and concerns regarding the disposal of these chemical weapons. Eventually, with help from lawmakers, they were able to prompt the Army to turn to alternative methods. Williams says it was a long fight, but it was all worth it.
When I first got interviewed on this issue, I had my 1-year-old son on my hip. And a reporter asked me, "Why are you doing this?" And I pointed to him. I said, "This is why we're doing it."
That son is now 40 with 3 kids of his own, and all of the weapons have been safely disposed of. Site project manager for BG Cap, Candace Coyle, says this mission took a large team, but the heroes of the story are the people who worked day in and day out to destroy the weapons.
This is a hero story for the workforce, but it's a team victory for the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
In Madison County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Now workers will destroy other materials which are considered secondary waste. That includes containerized drained rocket warheads, non-contaminated rocket motors, and agent hydrolysate. An American Idol winner is set to perform at the Bell County Fair. Noah Thompson is scheduled to hit the stage on Friday, July 14th. Colin Stowe is also set to perform. Stowe was a finalist on American Idol Season 21. Officials said the gates will open at 5 p.m., but the concert is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. Tickets are $15 and are only available at the gate. You can find more information on our website. Following Independence Day, fireworks salesmen and women are saying this year was one of the best yet. After the pandemic in 2020 and 2021 as well, flooding and other events in 2022, fireworks sales were down. But Sean Cottle of Jerry Pelfrey Fireworks says 2023 has been one of the best years yet.
Through COVID and some weather incidents, we had some struggles the last couple of years, but everyone came out this season and, basically come to our rescue and made it the best season we'd ever had, and just want to say thanks again.
Cottle added that he would also like to thank employees as well as new and returning customers for making this season a great one. Coming up at 6, the U.S. is defending its decision to send controversial weapons to Ukraine just days after the last of the chemical weapons in the country were destroyed.
Plus, we are watching out for showers and storms throughout the weekend. All those details coming up.